So, the question is, of course, what are your goals for 2020? So, it's 2020! We are in a new decade. It's time to make some changes. It's time to set some goals. Today I'm going to discuss some ideas around goal setting as well as personal goals for myself for the year related to the channel, personal life, university, so on and so forth. And I guess if you want to, you could use the comment section as a store or keep track of your goals that you want to set for the year, and then you can come back to this video at the end of 2020 or at the beginning of 2021 and see how well you did. And I will do the same as well. See how well I do there. I think there's an important thing to remember when it comes to goals and resolutions, I guess, as people would say, New Year's resolutions and all that. This isn't necessarily about setting resolutions or dreams, but it's about deciding on actual achievable goals for yourself based on where you are and what you've been doing and trying to get better at those things and the things that you want to do in the new year and into the next decade, because we are going into a new decade. I think what is important here is to focus on small achievable steps towards what it is that you want to achieve for the year and also for the decade. What we want to do is we want to break down your goals into small achievable steps and go as deep as you possibly can so that you understand the process of achieving what it is that you want to achieve. It's also important to remember here that you should not, do not think that the goal that you want is too impossible or too great. Obviously, if it's unrealistic, like, oh, I want to go to the moon in 2020, but I haven't even been on a plane before. It's, yeah, you know, realistic goals. But don't think that something that's reasonable is not achievable, that it isn't possible for you. Maybe not necessarily this year, but in 2 years and 3 years from now. Like, it's all about, like, it's not as if, you know, this year is the be all or end all for yourself. It's all about setting yourself up for the future, I guess. Yeah, so don't think that the goal that you want is too great or that you are above or better than improving in some small way. For example, cleaning your room, making your bed, brushing your teeth every day. Like, these are all important things that you should be doing every single day, no matter what. Like, like, it's like, you know, if you let's say, you know, you want to start a business this year for yourself and you want to stop working a full-time job and start your own business, okay? But if you're not cleaning your room, then how do you expect to be able to do, how do you expect to be able to start a business, right? If your home life is in shambles and there's mess everywhere, then how can you expect to achieve something like that? So it's all about improving in the smaller ways that will have, in my opinion at least, a greater impact on the potential that you have for improvement. I mean, I'm just speaking from myself, from my own experience when I say this. The small improvements that you make will add up as you develop good habits, which turns into great overall improvement in your life. It'll improve your self-esteem and it'll improve your desire to become better and more productive. Again, do not think that some small goal is not, like, some small improvement that might seem insignificant to you is not worth doing. Trust me, it's worth cleaning your room, it's worth making your bed, it's worth brushing your teeth every day, at least twice. So again, use the comment section to think out, describe your goals, and then come back to this video in a year from now and see how you're doing. Even check back into the comments every now and again, or just save it as a text document on your computer. Put it on your desktop. If you only use your mobile phone, put it as a note and put the notepad on your home screen on your phone. Just try and always look at your goals regularly and check in with yourself to make sure that you are staying somewhat on track. And obviously, as part of these goals, as I said, breaking them down to the smaller steps. You want to, when you say, okay, let's give an example. So let's say you want to get a new car, right? Okay, so you got to figure out what your needs are for that, and then you sort of figure, okay, well, how do I get a new car? Well, obviously you need to save money to buy a new car, right? You don't want to go into debt to get a new car. You don't want to be taking out a loan to get a new car, ideally. Right? Ideally, you'd rather probably pay it out all out in front, unless you've got some sort of investment ideas in mind that would be more beneficial for you. So you say, okay, well, I need to start saving money. Well, at the moment, I spend all my money on my bills and life. So you need to figure out, obviously the first step there is you need to figure out how much money that you can try and squeeze out of your budget to put away, to put to the side, save towards buying a car. That's sort of your first step. And then from then on, you sort of figure out each of the little steps along the way that lead to the goal of buying yourself a new car. And that can be applied to anything. You know, PS5's coming out this year. If you're a gamer and you want to buy a PS5 as soon as it comes out, I'm going to be doing that as well. You know, you want to figure out, well, okay, this is going to be expensive. It's going to be brand new hardware. It's going to be fairly expensive. Probably want to buy some games with it as well when I buy it. So you've got to figure out how you can put away that little bit of extra money every week or every fortnight, however often you get paid, and figure out how you're going to save up enough money so that when the PlayStation 5 does come out, you can buy it straight away, okay? Just as an example. Let's go into, I want to talk about, because this video is sort of meant for people to use for themselves so they can figure out their own goals, but also so I can try and hold myself accountable for goals to achieve this year. Because I mean, considering where I was 2-3 years ago, at the beginning of 2017, I was in a very dark place. I was not doing very well. And since then, I've made drastic improvement. I'm not like, you know, I'm not where I would like to be. I'd like to be somewhere, deeper along in the future. But I've made a lot of progress as a person since then. So what I'm doing for this video is I want to try and keep myself accountable as well. So that in a year I can look back and people who see the video, they can look back and see, have I done these things? And these I've gone through it, I've really thought about it, and I think personally that all these goals are realistic. I've included one extra goal, which is sort of like once everything else is done, if I'm getting everything else done as well as I possibly can be, then I can focus on this little extra goal. Because the reality is, like, I'm working, I'm doing full-time university, and I'm doing YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. Like, I do a lot of stuff. So, you know, it's sort of about me setting some goals for each of these things and holding myself accountable in amongst that. So anyways, let's get started. So first off are my content creation goals for 2020. So, and this first goal is I want to be putting out one video every day except Sundays, or 6 videos a week. So, you know, if I miss one day, then 2 videos another day. That's what I'm aiming for. And I've been doing that pretty consistently over the last month and a bit. Second part of that goal, though, is I want 2 of those to be edited videos. So not just re-uploads or cut-ups of Twitch VODs of me playing through a story of some game, right? At least 2 of those to be edited videos, 10 to 20 minutes each, rather than those long, more VOD style videos from my streams. I believe that's more. I mean, I'm already kind of doing that. I'm basically already doing that with the Launch to 60 series. I did take a week and a half break off over the Christmas/New Year's period, but we're back into it. Following that, I want to get the WoW Classic from Launch to 60 series finished. There's so much footage I'm going to edit for that. Like, I forget the exact numbers that I had on it, but it's like 600 plus gigabytes of data, like, of footage. It's insane. It's crazy. And it's like a few hundred hours of footage. It's a lot to go through. It takes a while to edit. And also I want to get the Mick Hunt the Hunter series done, which is, I'm going to be starting pretty soon. I'm thinking in about 2 weeks from now I'm going to get it started. Basically, I'm just working on getting an intro for that series done and getting started on filming and editing the series. And I'll be streaming the series on Twitch, no face cam, because it's a role-playing series, like I should call it, and then editing those into this video for the series. And it's going to be like kind of in-depth, much longer edits, and, well, yeah. The other goal I want to have is streaming Jackbox or a similar stream interaction game every Sunday on Twitch. So it's Sunday for my time, not Sunday American time, because that would be Monday for me. Yeah, I think I've found these to be generally good. I've been doing it for about the last 2 and a bit weeks. And so I've done 3 because I did one on New Year's as well. It's fun. The videos I made for them were really funny as well, in my opinion at least. Okay, so next up is my working goals. So these are goals related to and a few, and like just essentially just making, which is going to feed into future goals as well. So one of them is I'm going to be starting to do gig opportunity support work through this program in Australia, which is run through the National Disability Insurance Scheme. So basically, I've wanted to do support work for a long time, and I'm qualified to do it. I have a diploma for counselling and a long history and knowledge of the support work industry in Australia and disability support. And I wanted to get into it for a long time, but it's very hard to get into initially because you need that sort of experience. However, with this new program that I have set up, it was essentially just me doing odd jobs for people who need support and getting paid for it. So that's good. Also doing this goal sort of ties into fitness as well, weight loss and fitness goals, but essentially walking people's dogs, doing dog walking through this pet minding app. It's another gig opportunity thing similar to the other one, Uber, so on and so forth. The gig economy, as people say. And so I'll be looking to do that, which is going to tie into the weight loss / fitness, because I've been walking dogs quite a bit. And that's, it's a good amount of exercise, and it's hot as well. So yeah, it's tough. Another thing I want to do as part of my working goals is to offer services on Fiverr, such as maybe Photoshop services, voice acting or voiceover, and video editing services as well, and just see how we go. I'll put up a few posts, try and get a couple of gigs on there, just try and get a bit of extra money, which is going to feed into future goals later on. So the future goals rely a bit on the working goals a little bit. And an extra goal that I have in my working goals, so this is a goal that I want to aim to achieve, assuming I can nail all the other stuff. If I can't nail all the other stuff, then this extra goal is going to be less of a focus, but I want to establish a online product sales and service company, product merchandise for businesses and stuff like that. So anyways, on to the next one. So weight loss and fitness goals. So I've mentioned it a couple of times on stream. I have been dieting and doing some exercise. I've actually lost a good amount of weight. Since beginning of September, I've lost 20 kilos or 20 kilograms. I've lost 20 kilos or 44 pounds. It's not too bad, considering I also haven't done much exercise. That's been purely from diet. Coming into the new year though, I would like to lose an extra 30 by the end of this year, having lost a total of 50 kilograms or 110 pounds. That's what I want to lose by the end of the year. That seems doable, considering I've lost 20 in 4 months, essentially. That seems, and that's also without exercise. Another part of this as well is I want to be going back to doing the gym regularly, 3 days a week minimum for an hour each day. What I've always done when I do the gym is that I go for an hour, but I will, and not necessarily weight loss or fitness, but more or less just I guess mental working out. I don't know what to call it. I want to read / listen to a book every month. I've roughly been doing that last year. Some books took a bit longer. Some books took about a month and a half to listen to or 2 months to listen to, just because they were like long books. Some people think that audiobooks aren't as efficient as reading a book, which might be true. I personally find them to be about the same. It sort of depends on what activity you're doing during it. While I'm doing gym, I'll be listening to audiobooks essentially most of the time. That's essentially the goal for that. So next, also part of my weight loss fitness goals, I'm not shaving my facial hair until I reach 70 kilos lost. So yeah. So, I mean, I know my facial hair looks like shit, which is encouraging me more to lose more weight. So yeah. We'll be looking at my travel goals for, well, this year and next year as well. So first up, I want to do a month-long trip to Japan. I'll be looking to do this next year, but I need to start saving this year essentially. So I'm looking to save up $5,000 this year for specifically for the Japan trip. I'm gonna want at least $10,000 for the trip. I also want to have lost that 70 kilos before I do the Japan trip. And I mean, I'm probably going to need more than 10,000. I probably need closer to 15 for a month. For a month where I'm living like really comfy, you know what I mean? Like I got some really cool ideas for what I want to do in Japan. Next up, I want to save up, probably not going to need 2,500, but I want to save up 2,500 for finishing off my arm tats and a short trip to Sydney once I've lost that 50 kilos this year. For those who don't know, I've got these 2 arm tattoos. I'll put a picture up on the screen. I'm not getting them finished until I've lost 50 kilos. And I really want to get them finished because I want to have the full color done. You know what I mean? Like, there's a bit of color done on them, but I want to get all the color done so it looks super tight. Next goal. So this is tied into the traveling as well as working and uni and also YouTube / Twitch and stuff like that. My streaming. So I want to get some equipment upgrade. I've got some equipment upgrade goals for the year. So the first one is I want to get an SLR camera for streaming and for traveling. It's going to cost me about $600 to $1,000 depending on which route I go about for getting the camera. Plus I've got to get like this battery extension thing so you can just plug it in so it runs continuously, and also like a lens for it and a cam link for the computer so that I can plug the camera HDMI straight into the computer and use it as a camera source. I'm thinking of going with one of the Sony SLR cameras. Yeah, probably the Alpha 6000 because they were recommended by Alpha Gaming on YouTube. And I guess I might want to get a microphone for that as well for when I'm filming overseas. See how we go. Next equipment upgrade is a decent laptop for video rendering / uni, study, and traveling. So at the moment, I don't have a laptop, and it essentially means I'm just stuck at home. When I go to do uni work, I'm stuck at home doing uni work, and I don't want to do that this year. I want to be able to like go out and do uni work. You know what I mean? Like, because I study online. I want to, I want to be able to go down to like a cafe, get a coffee, sit down, do uni work for like an hour or two, and get out of the house a bit more. So, and also like the laptop I can use for when I go to Japan, because when I go to Japan, I want to do like some like vlog style videos while I'm there. So we'll be doing that, and I'll have the camera and the laptop to edit and render the videos and put them out while I'm over there. And also whilst I'm here as well, like I can use the laptop to render the edits from my main computer, so that I can use my main computer while I'm rendering videos. Because I can't really, I mean, like when I'm rendering a video at the moment, I kind of can only watch YouTube, and that's basically it. I can't play any games or anything like that, because my computer would just be like, no, I can't do this. So next one is I want to get a better microphone. This microphone is totally fine. But I want to get a better one. I want to get the SM7B. See, it's like a pretty standard podcasting microphone. It's used on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I imagine quite a few others. Very, very nice microphone, and I'll be getting like a preamp and stuff like that for it. I want to use that for streaming, for making videos, and as well as that for the work that I want to do on Fiverr, because I want to do like freelance voice acting and stuff like that, or voiceover. Probably voice acting, because I'd imagine my voice is probably, I could do lots of strange voices. So yeah, see how that goes. And there's an opportunity to make a little bit of extra money. So yeah, get a bit of extra money, All right, so last goals, my uni goals. So this year I've actually done really well with uni. I've stayed on top of it. There've been times where I was struggling a little bit. Absolutely, there were times where I was struggling. I was like, oh, how am I gonna get this done? How am I gonna get this done? And I would be busting ass trying to get shit done. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do that this year. I don't want to be struggling to get all the work that I need to get done. And I also want to be more efficient with my time. I want to be better with researching, managing. Like what I found was like, I'd say, okay, cool. I'll say, right, this is what I do. I would say, right, today I'm gonna do uni work, and I would just like, in the entire day, probably like 2.5 hours of that time would go towards uni work, and the rest of it would be procrastinating, because like I would just get in my head a bit, and I would be, but the work I'd get done was still great. Like it was still like totally fine. I passed everything, blah 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 blah. But it's a bit of a problem, because it sort of just impacted everything else. I get stressed and stuff like that. And I don't want to do that this year. I don't want to get stressed about uni work, right? If I'm staying on top of it like regularly, it's not a problem. So my goals for uni this year is to focus on the schedules for each day of work. I'm not going to do anything else, no video editing, no YouTube, no blah 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 blah, no other crap, until each day's requirements are done. right? I also want to get every assignment done at least 2 days before the due date so I can tweak the assignment and clean it up and make it a little bit nicer. You know what I mean? Make sure all the formatting's all good, because I do get marked down sometimes for reference formatting, because the reference formatting is so, I don't know, it feels like the rules change all the time. It's like you gotta put a comma here, you're not meant to italicize this part's got to be in capitals, you capitalize the wrong part, this, you know, or you bolded this part, you italicize that part, it's meant to be the other way around, or this part's not meant to be italicized, it's not meant to be a space here. Like, it's so, like, specific, man. It's like, the thing that annoys me about referencing is like, well, like, does me not putting the space there make it harder for you to find the reference? No, so what's the problem? Like, I understand that they're very specific about these things. Gotta keep it academic, you know, but it's dumb. Let's get real, it's dumb. Like, it doesn't really affect anything, and, you know, like, yeah, it's a bit silly. But, you know, having that extra 2 to 3 days of time to fix up those little things, improve my grades a bit. Because you do get marked down for it, because it's stupid. You get marked down for it. So, well, so yeah, so those are my goals for the year. I mean, in my opinion, all of these are very well achievable. The money saving stuff is going to be tough if I can't actually get the extra work that I need to get. Yes, anyway, so if anyone's watched this far, I guess thank you. And I guess it's important to remember that no matter how down in the dumps you are, how badly you feel about yourself, it's okay to feel bad about yourself. But let's set some goals, man. Let's set some goals. Let's break down those goals into achievable steps for the year and do better and become better and be more productive and happier and improve that self-esteem. Because you improve yourself, the way you feel about yourself, you're gonna do much better. Much better. So anyways, I appreciate you for watching this video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel. Oh, that's actually, just quickly, how many subscribers do I have right now? I'm not gonna set a goal on subscribers because I don't think that's a smart thing for me to do, because I probably won't get many more subscribers. I've got 169 subscribers right now. Where that is in a year from now. You know, maybe I'll hit 175. 175 subscribers. Extra 9 subscribers in a year. Actually, I can't remember. Anyways, I'm just being silly. Yes, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord if you haven't yet. I always like to talk to people on there when they want to have a talk. You can message me on Discord as well. And also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's all the same, AxelDG. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next video, and we'll watch this again in a year from now and see how we did with the goals. Good stuff.